Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install this carbon fiber with LED turn signal side mirror cover from Pimp My EV. Let's get right into it. Look at what's in the box. We have the mirror covers in carbon fiber, real carbon, and then they all have the LED sequential turn signal. We have a wire fishing tool. Oh, and the back of these have one connector, and then each of them has this additional wiring harness. Looks like it goes in like this and then splits into two different connectors. So let's get the OEM mirror off of the car. I think the tools we're gonna need will be some pry tools, pick tool, a Torx 30 for removing the door panel, and maybe a 10mm socket for the mirror. I think there's 3 bolts holding it. I forgot what size it is. So let's get right into it. So first, remove the door panel. Remove the 3 Torx 30 bolt. That's here, here, and behind this reflector. So next we're gonna remove the speaker by prying it up. There are 2 clips on the bottom going side to side, as well as you have to lift it up. Alright, so taps are out. You pull right up because this guy is hooking it on, so you gotta pull up, and then you disconnect this connector. So now you gotta pop the door panel out. Since we have the bolt removed, you just grab it. You want to just pull and pop the clips, and on this side as well. There you go. Lift up. And it's up to you if you want to disconnect anything up here to completely remove the door panel. I'm just gonna leave it because all we need is to access the speaker, remove the speaker to fish the wire. But for now, we're gonna remove these bolts to remove the mirror. It's a 10mm socket. So it's 3 10mm socket, one here, one here, that has a little cover that covers it. Remove that cover, you'll see the second one, and then another one right here, which we're gonna use the pry tool to remove the clip holding on this rubber gasket. Okay, so there's gonna be another one on the side. Make sure your pry tool is wedged all the way in, so when you pry, it's you get a full contact. So otherwise you'll pull the tab out like I did on the first one. So now you see 1, 2, 3, all 3 10mm is exposed, so we could remove that, and just hold one hand on the other side to make sure the mirror doesn't fall off, mainly on the last one. So, and then you want to unclip the harness from here and remove this guy right here. Alright, so this guy is popped off, connector is off, so we're gonna push this guy through, and then to remove the mirror you want to lift it up slightly because the bottom is kind of on the inside of the door skin, so you gotta tilt it up and out. So now we're gonna bring the mirror to the bench and remove the bottom and the actual cover. Alright, so we're gonna remove the cover, and just to be safe, I'm gonna use a heat gun to kind of go around, soften up the OEM plastic a little bit, just so further prevent it from breaking off. So, alright, so plastic's nice and warm and soft. So we're just gonna wedge in the pry tool. Alright, so now we're gonna pop this guy open, and there's a Phillips screw to remove. So there's only one screw, everything else is just push clips and it'll pop right out. So again, we're gonna use a pry tool. There you go. So reason why we're gonna pop this open is because there is a single wire on the back of the aftermarket LED cover that we need to run the wire through. So we're gonna fish this wire into this hole, and then right out from the bottom. There you go. And then out this way. Just like that. So we're gonna pull it until we have just enough for the back of the mirror. And then we're just gonna snap this on, pull this wire out, and then get this guy back installed on the door. And then from there, we're gonna fish the remaining other end of this wiring harness through the firewall, connects to the side repeater, the side camera, where we get the power and the signal, and then back through the firewall into the cabin at the passenger footwell, through the rubber sleeve to the door, and then connect into this guy. Alright, so the mirror cap is back on. So we're gonna run these wires back in. But for this guy, we're gonna just drop it right between the door skin and the door frame, because we're gonna uh, pick this wire up from where the speaker hole is, and then we're gonna fish this guy back through this way. And again, putting the mirror back in, we want to slide the bottom part in first. So just trying to get the wire as far down as we can so we can see it later. So slide this down. This way. There you go. And then you just pull, and the gasket should sit right back in place. And take this guy back, connect this guy, and I'm gonna just put one bolt here for now, just to hold it in place so it doesn't fall. You could put it all back together now, but I'm just gonna put one screw for now, or one bolt. Okay, so this is the harness that goes on the other end. This goes right into the mirror, or the wire we just drop into the door frame. And then this one will splice into this connector here, which is for the side camera. and it's got the turn signal here, and so this is where we get the power and the signal. So we have to fish this end back through the firewall. There should be a grommet somewhere over there, and then we'll catch it by the passenger footwell. After we get this guy back into the cabin, we have to fish it through the little rubber channel here. This guy, we gotta fish it from here through here, and then back into. We'll remove the speaker to connect this to the wire we just fished through. Okay, so this is the passenger front area. If you look right into here, there's that rubber gasket. There's grommet. There's a huge bundle of wire, so you kind of just push with your hand, push it through, and then you can stick that wire through. And then on the other end, again, we remove all these guys to expose this corner, this footwell area here. We push the carpet out, and as I was removing this panel, my brother actually was able to fish the wire through from the top where we show you from the outside, and this wire actually just dropped right down. So I guess we got lucky, but you can try the same thing and just fish it down from there and catch it from the bottom. So now that we have this wire, again, we're just gonna look to our right, and right here is the other hole that we're gonna try to fish the wire through, and this hole takes us right here to the sleeve, and then from there we just fish that through and into the door frame itself. We're gonna remove the speaker now. It's Torx 20, 3 screw, actually 3 screw and 1 bolt. So we got these 3 screws, and it's still held on to by a 8mm bolt right there. So yeah, so now we can remove this guy, or remove it completely. Alright, so we're gonna put my hand in there and look for this wire. Alright, so we have this end, and then now we need to get this through here, into here, and out from here, back in here, and connect it to this other wire. So I'm gonna pull this guy back. Actually, you want to stick something flat and push on this side like that, and on the bottom, there you go. And then on the other side, you just kind of pry it out. It's just a rubber gasket, soft rubber, that is. Alright, so now we're gonna grab some soapy water, tape up this connection so it doesn't get wet, and then use our fishing wire to fish it through, pull this cable through, and back in here. Alright, so I'm going to take this guy, bring it over, okay. And then take this guy, start from the top. My fishing wire is through on both ends, so with the remaining parts still sticking out, that's where I'm gonna wrap this wire, grab the head of it, loop it around, and then lock it in. Now pull the other end, and hopefully it goes smoothly through, just like that. Alright, so the toughest part of this project is done. We just have to connect this end and connect the other end. So it's gonna come in. Alright, so I'm gonna connect this to the, so I'm gonna connect the wire that I just fished to the connection to the mirror. Make sure you go behind this little speaker bracket, so it's when you don't, so when you put the speaker back on, it's not in the way. So okay, so I'm gonna take these two connectors. I'm just gonna bring it around. I will somehow fish it through from this hole, and all we have to do is disconnect this guy. And if you're wondering how to remove this guy, I'll insert a short video from my previous install. You basically push these two taps, this one, you push this from the inside, and there should be another one right there. So you push here from the inside to release the tap, and then from the outside you kind of just go like that and it'll come out. So we'll take this connector, this is the female, we'll connect to the male end like so, and then this now female end will go into here like so. There you go. We should be able to test to see if this works, and if everything works, then we'll just put everything back and we'll complete the installation. There you go. Sequential matches with the fog light, matches with the OEM headlights perfectly on both sides. Pretty good, pretty good. So yes, we can now put everything back together and call it a day.